Hello Sagittarius, welcome to April 2016. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome to the channel, or if you're returning, welcome back. This video is going to be a Tarotscope for Sagittarius for April 2016. So let's see what's coming up for Sag. Looks like some sort of recovery or maybe even travel at the beginning of the month of April for you, Sag. That's usually good news for a Sagittarian because you guys are wonderful explorers. One of the archetypes of Sagittarius is exploring and bringing back information, higher learning to the rest of us from what you've learned. So that's one of the things, but this card also, Six of Swords, can sometimes represent recovery. So if any of you have been ill, it might be a good time of healing for you. You can see in the imagery of the swords, there's, like, basically they're in the boat, and then there's a person who is ferrying another person from rough seas to calmer waters, to smoother horizons. So for that reason, this card can be looked at as either recovery or travel, sometimes healing. All those are possible here, and it can be a number of different possibilities. You could be the one who is being helped by someone else, or you could be the one who is helping someone else, out of a rough patch, or in healing, in mentorship, in sponsorship, in, just being a person of support. Or it's also possible that you are helping yourself from a challenging position to smoother seas. Either way, whatever of those possibilities are, you are going to be going from turbulent waters to smoother seas. And sometimes, like I said, this can also represent travel. It may mean that you get a break from your work, having your nose to the grindstone. This is Eight of Coins, which means just, banging it out and knocking out, he's a craftsperson who is working on his craft, and he's just knocking out one of these after another. It's good for money, but it's meaning like consistent hard work. You might get a little bit of relief at work, or it may be that you're just taking a time out between feeling inspired from one project to the next. But either way, it may just mean that you're taking a time out in April, or projects alleviate a little bit from you having to just constantly be putting the hammer to the anvil. There is also something about your home situation that is, you may not be spending a whole lot of time at home in April. This is Four of Wands, and normally means like your castle, it's festivities, joyfulness at the castle. So sometimes it can even signify marriage, but it's usually a very stable card. I'm questioning for Sag whether or not your home is very stable right now. It's in reverse, it's in shadow, so some of you may be changing locations of where you live, or there may be some just friction at the home, or instability, or just questions that are coming up for you regarding your home life. I do see that there is a earth person involved. This is Jack of Coins, which represents earth. Coins represent the earth element. So that could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And there's a way in which, they're looking away from the home life. This could be someone that's enticing you to go on a trip with them. Or this could be someone that you're involved with, who is maybe having you consider a new location, a new place to live. But either way, the Knight of Coins, because he's a Jack and because he's a Knight, he's clever, romantic, playful, but he can be a little bit of a trickster. And he's a good person to talk to about if you're looking at reviewing your finances, considering the bottom line. Jack of Coins is a salesman person. Actually, the United States has a Jack of Coins personality because July 4th is a Jack of Coins day. But so if you're looking to negotiate anything, or if you're looking to, say, move to a new place, this could be a realtor person, or like I said, it could be someone that you're involved with. Usually, though, these coins people will be earth signs, so look out for Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn as someone who can help you towards the beginning of the month. I see though too, you know, when you show up here, this is Queen of Wands, which is a fire sign, so I always read this as Sag, Aries, or Leo, and because this is you, Sag, I'm seeing this as you here, and I'm seeing you as maybe not seeing eye to eye right now with either of these jacks. You've got a Knight of Swords here as well. I've used Jack and Knight interchangeably, by the way, so I switch between those two. But this is Knight of Swords, and this is someone who's usually an air sign, so that's Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And this is someone who is very idealistic or stands behind a cause. Swords represent thoughts. So they're carrying one thought which they believe to be the truth with them. And you can see in the card that they're willing to go into burning buildings to defend this. And they're willing to just like rush right in because they believe so much in what they're doing. You have these two jacks that are kind of surrounding you, but you're in reverse in relation to them. So what it asks me is, are there people who are pursuing you or that you're with or who are giving you a lot of their attention, influence, opinions, you know, trying to give you input that you're not necessarily seeing eye to eye with, that's putting you out of sorts? In fact, here's the third jack. It's kind of skipping ahead here, but I'm just noticing all this jack energy. This is actually the following card following this. So I'm just going to kind of put it here like this so you can see on three sides, Sag, you're surrounded by this jack energy, which is, you know, it could be multiple suitors, it could be multiple boyfriends, it could be multiple people who want your attention, it could be like your admiring crowd. But basically, you're being surrounded by three very different types of people. Air sign, earth sign, fire sign. This could also be Leo, Aries, or another Sagittarius. But jacks are young energy, and the fact that you have three of them appearing in your spread here tells me that there's some way in which youthful, clever, romantic, playful, experimental energy is coming up for you for April. Now, whether that's making you feel comfortable or uncomfortable is totally up to you. I'm seeing you in the reverse position here, so maybe you're going to be slipping back into out of the forefront into a position of just being sort of in the background or in the shadows. Normally, Queen of Wands is not like that. She's fiery, she's sunny, she's radiant, she's confident, but because she's in the reverse position, it's saying that she's not really listening to these guys, or she's not really interested in hearing what they have to say, or none of them are correct for her. So just figure that into however that shows up for you, Sagittarius. How I'm seeing is you might just want to take these jacks with a grain of salt for the moment. You know, if there's people who are showing up who are trying to like get you to do something, or they're trying to get you to go along with them, just consider things, just like take a step back and take things with a grain of salt, because you have some new energy here in the middle of the month of April. You have an ace here, Ace of Cups, which can sometimes mean a new love, a new passion, a new project, a new start of some sort, because aces always mean new starts. But I'm also seeing Magician in the reverse position. Magician is also a initiation, beginning of something new number. It's a 1 card, so the 1 is always the beginning, the first step towards something. And normally, Magician means having focus, clarity, being able to be creative, being able to create what you want, being able to employ all the elements in front of you to bring down from the heavens whatever you're wanting to create on Earth. The fact that it's in the reverse position here says it might be time to just take a break from doing the active element, this 1 energy, which is making, manifesting, doing. It's a new start, a new time for filling your heart, and this is an emotional card. This is what's featured here. So it might be time to just feel like, what is it that you want? What is this new thing that you want to embrace that may fill your cup and make it run over? because Queen of Wands and Magician are in the reverse position here, this is all about personal power, creation, focus, drive, energy, you know, making things happen. And this is you in the reverse position. I think, you know, again, just maybe push pause during April. You've got all these people surrounding you who are active, who want to make things happen, but it's saying like maybe just take a time out. Maybe for right now, just focus on your own strength. You connect with strength and patience. Strength is a card that has to do with endurance and forbearance. And it can be that, I mean, all these jacks are in support of you. So it can be that you may have another fire sign that helps you connect to your strength, since this card is in between you and your strength. But again, you're not in a position to want to really be hearing it from anyone right now. It's turning you upside down. You might even be like overwhelmed with options of what you want to do, which direction you want to go in. I'm just going to say employ patience here and connect to your own strength. Ground yourself. Realize that you are a strong, powerful person, even if you're not cranking out product and you're not manifesting results. You know, just this can be a card of waiting. It's a card of patience, endurance, forbearance. Just stick it out. And then this card is usually a water sign. This can be a mentor. She's usually in a position of authority. This is Queen of Cups, and cups represent the water element. So this can be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This person's going to be a good counselor for you right now. They're a master of their own emotions, and they can show you, they might be able to help you connect with your strength as well. They can give you some advice about your emotional state, how to balance your emotions, how to consider the needs of others, how to speak in a way that comes from an emotional basis. If there's a way that you're trying to, you know, accommodate 3 different people, but you want to protect things and be kind with their hearts, you know, between Queen of Cups and Strength, this is really solid. This is really strong emotional heart energy. This lion often represents the heart too. So it's saying your heart is strong here. And at the end of April, this is approaching completion. This card, 8 of Wands, things can happen quickly when 8 of Wands show up. You can see that the card, you know, in the card, the wands are lining up. They're almost 80 to 90% all lined up. So it's something approaching completion, getting that last final push or that last bit of editing or that last bit of work, that last puzzle piece to figure something out. And this is happening rapidly, and it's information that comes to you. But because it's in the reverse position, excuse me, I just ate some peanuts, so because it's in the reverse position, it is saying that there may be some delay. You want things to happen rapidly, and they are approaching completion. This is happening, but it may not happen as quickly as you want it to. It's sort of, when this card comes up in the reverse position, what I often say is a watched pot never boils. So it might be like there's some sort of push for things to happen quickly, for these to finally line up and be finished. But there may be some little bit of delay, because when the card is in reverse, it's still happening. The action is still here. The pot is still boiling. There's still heat coming into it. But you might just be sort of leaning over the pot and going like, boil, come on, just do it right now. And it's just not happening as quickly as you may like it to. So there may be something at the end of April that you want to be wrapped up, but it's not quite wrapped up yet, but it's almost there. So again, just employ this patience, the strength of heart, the endurance, and that's what's coming up for you for April. I do see that you have a lot of joy, a lot of creativity available to you in beginning a new project and something that's going to fill your heart. So that could be a relationship, it could be a creative project, it could be just like going on this trip, or it could be an endeavor. It's just something that you're going to love, and this is a card of my cup runneth over. Don't worry about trying to please everyone during April. I mean, you have a lot of different viewpoints that are showing up, but you're in the reverse position to that, so you might feel like you're not fully yourself. You might feel like you're recovering from something. You know, your home situation seems kind of up in the air or in shadow, and you might be taking a break from your work. I get the sense, Sag, that this might just be a really good month for you to travel, if you can do that. If not, just employ this sort of patience. Get some advice from a water sign person if you need to, if your emotions are, if you're having a hard time connecting to your own strength. But give yourself time to recover. Give yourself a time out from just putting your nose to the grindstone. See if you can put things on autopilot for just a while. You know, let your home situation just be what it is. It may correct on its own, or, you know, go on a trip. You need to just get reinvigorated by some sort of new passion, new love. You need a new fresh energy for your heart. And then towards the end of the month, that whatever it is that you're waiting for to finish or to wrap up, it'll happen. It's just not happening as quickly as you would like it to, Sag. So that's my reading for you for April. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to like, share, or subscribe. And as always, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Yours in the stars. I also want to let you know that I'm releasing a course very soon through Daily Ohm, which is about how to learn the major arcana of the tarot in 22 days. It's a 1 card a day course, and it contains over an hour of recorded video. I have little videos for each card that describe its archetypal information for each card, what it means in the upright position as well as the reverse position, and different astrological correspondences as well as mythological correspondences. So if you're interested in checking that out, you can just go ahead and click on the little info box there. I'll have a link to where you can learn more about that. It's not released yet, but it's coming up very soon here in spring 2016. If you enjoyed the reading, feel free to check out my readings for the other signs, and also feel free to share on any platform, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Yours in the stars.